Hello everyone, today I'll show you how to make the cure for merhoyed. Hello everyone, today I'll show you how to make the cure for merhoyed. If you picked up reading, Brother Nicodemus will tell you that you can actually read. Brother Nicodemus. Hello there, thank you for watching. Oh, hey man, how are you? I'm okay. Waiting for the patch of the game so it will run smoother, but otherwise fine. Man, the game is amazing. I'm telling you, once they roll out the patches to fix the graphic issues, everything will be perfect. It's very, very immersive. The combat, the alchemy, everything is amazing. Yeah, do that. Just wait. Hopefully when you finish with your test, also all the patches will be out and all the minor bugs and glitches will be fixed. So you have even better experience.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
I've heard there's a foreign knight staying here.
That Deutscher, he's gone. But he said he'll be back.
Did he give his name?
No, frankly, he wasn't the type you want to ask twice.
Why's that?
There are guests I like, and then there's those that keep me awake at night. This knight is a good payer, but he spends a whole day tweaking his whiskers and sizing everyone up for a fight. I don't have bloodshed in my establishment.
Did you see his crest?
That's just it. He arrived with a white shield, nothing on it, and the Wagners tell me that's how knights ride when they want to stay incognito.
That is very odd. And do you know where he went?
Yes, he asked me the way, or demanded more like. Bastard scared me so much I almost forgot to ask him to pay.
But you remembered in the end, eh?
Well, business is business.
And where was it he wanted to go?
Well, he asked me about a crossroads in the woods north of Rovna. I got the impression he was looking for someone. I know the road's that way, so I advised him to try looking at the charcoal burners junction.
I see. Thank you. So just what was he doing here?
He spent most of the day sitting, drinking, and gaping at the other patrons. Now and again someone came up to him and they talked a while, but nothing much went on.
Did you know any of those people?
No, nobody familiar.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's not anything you have to concern yourself.
Ah, it's just that the gentleman looked quite formidable and quite questionable. I'd hate to think I'd sold him out.
I wouldn't fret about that.
Is there somewhere I could sleep?
Aye, there's room here. For how long?
Just the one night?
All right. Money up front, though.
Here you are.
You'll like it here.
What happened to you?
God has punished me. That's what happened. Bandits torched my house and murdered my husband. And I'm left with nothing but to beg here at the... Wouldn't you have a morsel of food?
Food? Let me see. What about this?
Thank you, sir. Thank you 100.
Good God, what a bloody mess. Someone was wounded here. It looks like another person dragged him off. Maybe there'll be some tracks. Blood. Another clue. I must be going the right way. This way. I'm on the right track. Blood. Charcoal burners. Someone must have seen or heard something.
Good health to you, sir.
Yeah, it's not only that, man. There is quite a lot of things in the game.
What happened at the crossroads?
What crossroads? What are you talking about?
Enough bullshit. I know you dragged somebody here, so tell me what happened.
I don't know nothing, and I haven't seen nothing. If you want to know something about it, just ask Boyar. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Who is this Borya?
Boyar cracks the whip around here. You'll recognize him by his red cap.
Thank you.
Oh, shit. Sod off.
Huh? Why are you waking me? Go away.
Why are you waking me? Go away.
Yeah, probably. I'm pretty far in. So be careful. Okay, I won't even get in.
Who are you?
Do as I say, and you might walk out of here alive.
What? What's that? What do you mean?
Don't worry about it. Just answer my questions, and I might even help you.
Well, if you say so.
Who is it you work for? Who did the wagon belong to?
To Menhart. He's some kind of merchant who hired me for protection. But that's all I know.
And where's this Menhart disappeared off to?
No idea. I blacked out after the attack. Only came to my senses once I got here. I don't even know where here is.
Who ambushed that wagon?
A knight. He's been following us for a while.
And where did he go?
I don't know. I got a beating, and then I passed out.
Do you know what you were carrying in that wagon?
I never asked Menhart that.
Can I see your wound?
Are you a quack?
Sort of. That's a deep wound to the flank and you're still losing blood. You need to staunch it.
Will you help me?
I can try. Tell me more about the night.
Where's the coin?
What coin?
I will not repeat the question.
I don't know about any coin. I swear.
Ah! Where are those sacks you took from the wagon?
Sacks! They're behind a shed.
That's him! That's got to be that knight!
Is that all? Did you take anything else?
Fuck! Stop! Stop right there!
Oh man. Where did that guy go?
Damn.
Oh boy.
Well, I suppose it doesn't matter as long as he goes back to the Sasau Inn.
Okay, that chase did not go well. Oh man.
Would you believe it? I broke a spoke in my cartwheel again yesterday.
What, again? How many times was that this month?
3 times. Would you credit it?
When did it happen this time?
Over there on the old road.
You thought you could hide from me?
If I were hiding, you would not be talking to me now. No doubt you have many questions.
I certainly do.
We will talk. Not here, however. The wolves have ears. Let's meet at the pond after sunset. You'll find me waiting by the big willow tree.
No. You'll say what you have to say right here.
By allen Heiling, you are a brave one. But if you want to know anything, come to the pond after sunset.
Got it for you right here.
Can I sleep here?
Certainly. For how long?
Just the one.
All right.
Here you are.
All right. All right.
What's the hold up? Hey! Hey!
So here I am. What do you have to tell me?
I brought you here because I did not want to cause an alarm at the tavern. I'm very sorry, but you made a mistake coming here alone. And it will be your last.
You swine!
You dare to face me? Get some trifle. What now? I'll flay you, the asswolf. Missed. Not so brave now, are you, young? Come on then, you whelp. Let's finish this quickly, boy. I hope you have said your prayers.
Well?
Who is that, Taffy? It seems I have finally met my match.
I want to know everything. Who you are, why you're here, and what you know about the ambushed wagon.
You may call me Ulrich. I will tell you nothing more until you give me some assurances.
Assurances? How about this? If you talk, I'll spare you.
Do you expect me to believe that? I know full well how these stories end. I have been...
I give you my word.
The word of a thief? Jesus. It is true what the preachers say. This world has gone quite mad. You had...
Unlike you, I'm not a criminal.
You believe that the forging of money is an honest trade?
I've got nothing to do with that. I'm not a forger, I'm the one investigating them.
What? What are you saying?
I'm in the service of Sir Radzig Kobyla, Governor of Skalitz and Royal Hetman.
Then we have something in common. I also am here under orders from above.
From who?
Perhaps you might sheath that weapon, so that we may talk eye to eye, if we do indeed have a common cause.
Stand up.
Aye. It was a tough fight, but...
It is true our meeting has not begun well.
It was very
But if it
enjoyable.
is the truth that you are sent by Kobila, then we can assist each other.
What do you mean?
I found out many things, but there are still questions I cannot answer. And the last man who knew anything is now dead.
What man was that?
Maynard, the merchant from Passau. Listen, I will explain everything to you, but first, I need you to do something for me.
Oh, really?
You will introduce me to a certain person, and I will tell you everything I've learned.
Who do you mean?
Master Tobias Pfeiffer. If you truly serve Sir Radzik, then you must know him.
I think I know who you mean. What do you want him for?
I have here a written confession which tells how those forgeries are made, but I do not understand such technical matters. Master Pfeiffer, however...
We'll definitely be able to make sense of it. And you'll give it to me, just like that?
It seems I have little choice. This is the last lead I have. In the meantime, I will return to Sassau and see what I might learn there.
What's your name, anyway?
I told you, I am Ulrich.
Just Ulrich?
It is enough.
Because
Thank
you look
man.
like a
Have a
knight.
good night.
They seldom have just one name.
It is true, I have a horse, armor, a sword, and a shield. But there are many ways to acquire such things these days. As I am sure you know.
So you're not a knight?
I am a trustworthy soldier in the service of a nobleman. That is all you need to know.
All right then, Ulrich. Let's leave it at that. Tell me what you know about the false coins.
Do you know Passau?
No, what is it?
A city in Bavaria. Passau is a city of trade. All the currencies in Christendom change hands there.
I see. And that would include Prague groschen?
Some months ago, counterfeit groschen were discovered to be circulating there. They are made from copper plated with silver. The Passau alderman began to investigate and learned that a family of money changers was involved. They were bringing the forged coins in from Bohemia and sending back real ones. My liege lord is allied to the Passau alderman, so they requested that he deal with the matter.
And so he sent you?
Yes. He needed a man that he could trust absolutely.
And what about that wagon? What happened there exactly?
I followed Menhard from Passau. I had reason to suspect a connection with Sassau.
So they were transporting false groschen on that wagon?
Yes. On their way here, they brought real coin. Groschen, forints, francs, and the like. But now, the sacks were full of counterfeits.
What do you mean about the connection with Sassau?
The matter was investigated in Passau, and the executioner extracted information from those who were arrested. They told him that the coins were made in a monastery.
What, in the monastery itself?
I cannot say. I know only what the Passau scribe wrote down in his reports of the interrogations.
Why did you let them get here before attacking?
I wanted to discover where they hand over their coins, which I failed to do. Besides, Maynard had an armed escort, and they kept two busy roads and lodged at inns throughout their journey, until he came to this god-forsaken track. I cannot guess why he came here, but it...
What happened on that track?
I ambushed them. I took down two, but that bastard Maynard cut the horses loose and rode away.
What next?
While I was chasing Maynard, those charcoal burners came and stole what they could. Before I could catch him, his horse threw him and he broke his neck.
So we won't get anything out of him?
Unfortunately not.
Shouldn't you go with me to see Pfeiffer?
No. I must remain in Sassau. I have some loose ends that must be tied.
Who are you working for?
I understand why you wish to know, but
Very well. I shan't beat it out of you. What happened to Matt?
his dead.
I know, but what did you do with his body?
I buried it. He was a bastard, but I am not one to leave Christian.
I see. And where's his grave?
He ran from the wagon uphill along the path to the north. Along the way there is an old ruin, and don't think I don't know why you ask.
That's not it at all.
If you say so.
Very well. I'll go and see Master Fayfar.
Godspeed. I will wait in Sasau at the Wagoner's Inn. Damn! Are you serious?
Hmm?
Hello. Кображо. Ще пуснем един fast travel. Знаеш какви фаерболи фърлям? Старват, так му се тупах с един рицар. Би трябвало да се някъде. Би трябвало... Я видим, когато... Кажи ми, че е рицаря. Не. Да. Ама само няколко и се повтарят. Но има и такива смисъл, има и нападата бандити, унгарски войници.
Look where you're going. Look where you're going. Henry!
Това е да пускат пачовете вече и да оправят тия FPS dropс, че направо. Особено като стримвам пада с по 20-30 FPS-а.
I'd like to.
Uh-huh.
Ето
I've
специално за теб сега.
heard you have.
That can be arranged.
I'm not giving you that much.
And how much I...
What do you say to?
Come now. You won't regret spend... oh. Oh. Oh.
What are you doing? Oh.
Ето, ще чиста броня и всичко.
God be with you.
Трябва да го сменя този шлем. Hey man, how are you? Yeah. Are you playing the game? I'm okay.
How are you, Henry?
Progressing hard in the main
God
story.
be with you.
Yeah man, the game is amazing. Oh man, you have so much to see it.
let's talk about the
Ooh,
price.
quite a lot, man.
Well, we can try.
But it's normal, trust me.
Since it's you.
I'd almost
God
say.
save you, Henry.
Look at that again.
See now.
Sometimes you know you die just because you do stupid stuff. The FPS drops in the cities are insane. I don't know, man. Probably in a month or two.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Oh boy. Let's see if he's here.
Welcome, Henry.
Oh man. Check out them. Oh, they fixed the stairs. They were bugged, so you got stuck in those stairs.
God be with you, Hen. Greetings. What business have you?
Master Fafar, Sir Radzig sent me.
Did he? He must think hard.
I do the best I can.
That's good, because this is damned important. Silver's our most valuable asset.
Yeah, it
How
is
can I help with these
14
evil
megabytes or something like
forebodings
that.
of yours?
Sir Radzig may make light of it, but a large quantity of silver has been discovered hereabouts, and no one is guarding the Skullets mines, the most likely source.
You really think someone could be stealing the silver from the mines? I would have thought that would be quite a job, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. Which is why I'd like you to go and check out not only the mine gallery, but also the yard with
I'm
the
telling
smelter
you,
and
a
the
few
waterworks.
patches in
See
this
what
game
kind of
will
state
be.
it's all in, and
I mean,
if anything looks
now
suspicious.
it's the best ever RPG, but when they fix all the graphics issues and bugs, it will be.
Is that the yard next to the Skalitz mill?
That's the one. I don't know what state it's in now. There used to be a stock of charcoal and smelted silver there.
A silver store? Could there really be any left?
I doubt it. I'd be surprised if it was still standing at all.
You said mine gallery. Just one?
Boy, there's such a maze there that it would take a week to crawl through the place. There's only one gallery I'm interested in, at the foot of the hill by a small fish pond.
Why just that one?
Because I was expecting to find a scene there. All the indications pointed to it. So if anyone is stealing silver,
Yeah, me
it'll be
too.
right there.
I mean, it's an amazing game. I mean, I
What about
understand
these
that they wanted to
waterworks?
release
What's
and
that?
not
A stamping mill and washing
slow it
shops.
down, but
They're on the bend in the river
they
below
just
the castle.
need a little bit
You
of
can't miss
tweaking.
them.
It would be
There are
amazing.
big tanks and equipment all around.
Should I be expecting trouble then?
Well, I definitely wouldn't treat the job like a visit to church on Sunday. You could find yourself facing that pack of hungry dogs trailing the army, or a band of brigands.
I see. Well, you and Sir Radzig can rely on me. That's all clear. I'll get going.
Ooh, oh shit! I have.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Master Fafar, I need to speak with you. I found out something about the counterfeit coin.
Did you really? Do tell.
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately, I came too late. The carter and his men were dead.
Damn and blast. Do you know who did it?
Yes. A certain knight turned up there. It turned out he was also after the forgers.
Well, that is indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
Yeah, I finished it, but not the dioses.
His name is Ulrich. He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say? Could be anyone. Can you describe him?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of. But then we don't even know if Ulrich is his real name.
I asked him who his liege was, but he refused to tell me.
We live in such strange times. In days past, knights would vie with each other to see who could extol their liege's name the loudest. And today, they take assumed names, hide their emblems, and sneak around the land like thieves.
I got the impression he was hiding his identity because his master's at odds with Sir Radzig.
That may well be. As a staunch supporter of the king, Sir Radzig has many enemies.
He told me that the fake money was being taken to Passau in exchange for gold coins, then that real money was being brought back to the Bohemian lands.
That would explain why those fakes bear the Passau countermark.
His master's allied with the Passau alderman, and they told him to sort it all out.
I wonder who could be behind it all.
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau, and some other things he said you'd understand better than him.
Let me see.
Okay, man, have a good
We,
night.
the aldermen of the city of Passau. Interrogation held this day. Put to pen by the questor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of Bohemia. Which certainly confirms my suspicion that something underhand is going on in Sasso. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. But this is interesting. Here's an outline description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to study it more closely. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
I recognise the hand. It's a Clement of Kaplitz, the high scribe of the Rosenbergs.
The Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
So what does all this mean?
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so mysterious. Anyway, we should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. That's a lead we can follow.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right. You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzig and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square. Welcome,
Same
Henry.
here, Henry. Welcome, Henry. Good day, Henry. Welcome, Henry.
Oh boy. It is my favorite night.
Have you got a little time to spare?
We've met before, haven't we?
We have, and I defeated you at...
Why not? I could use it.
Excellent. I see you have no fear. Herr Gott! I'm over here. Curse it! Bugger! You know how this one ends. Ale dobre dele. Can't.
You're going to cry now.
Well landed. Missed.
You've won honorably, sir. That was a fine duel, sir. I thank you.
God be with you, Henry.
I love that guy. Go.
What's up? Do you need some help?
What is it?
Welcome, Henry.
So, what did Master Pfeiffer have to say?
I consulted him, and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me more.
Master Pfeiffer found out they need copper sheets for the core of the coins, and quicksilver for the the other part?
I see. They have such materials at the monastery.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested in the local forges.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday, I heard people from the craftsman's yard by the monastery complaining. They said they could not sleep at night because the blacksmith works all the time till dawn.
I see. That's certainly worth asking about. Have you heard anything else?
You said they use quicksilver. There is a painter lodging here who is painting the church in Ujits. I heard him complain also. He said that he went to the monastery for quicksilver and it was all gone.
Well, that's something to follow up as well. Thanks.
As you wish. I'll be back in 2 shakes. I've only got 2 hands.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
I hear you've had some problems with the supply of quicksilver.
Problems? I should say so. For the 3rd time this month, they've told me they've none. There's no quicksilver to be had.
And who exactly are you talking about? Who's holding back the goods on you?
The monastery overseer, or his assistant, more like.
So what did the overseer have to say to you?
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles. Leaves it all to his assistant.
What do you need quicksilver for?
Got it for you right here.
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
Then be glad you can. My eyes hurt just to imagine it.
That's all I need to know for.
Ah. But when you care to buy something before you go, or play a game, I really need some money.
Why not?
Let's talk about the price.
Naturally.
What do you say to...
Come now. See now. I...
Away. Certainly.
One beer for me. Ale as usual.
Is there somewhere I could...
All right. For how long?
Just the one night?
All right.
Are we agreed?
That's a pour off.
Nah.
Well, I'll... I'll be back in 2 days. My pleasure.
Pour me one.
As you wish. Here, just as you ordered. Here we are.
I am at your service, Sir Knight.
Do you have any quicksilver in stock?
Who's asking?
Nobody. I'm just asking.
Then I don't have any.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I can't.
Bollocks. Tell me this instant what you've done with the goods.
Nothing! And I'd advise you to calm down. We're on hallowed ground.
You're a fine one to speak of hallowed ground, a lying thief in monastic robes. What next? A whore dressed as a nun?
This is blasphemy.
I'll give you blasphemy. I'm sure you know what our Lord did to the money changers in the temple.
What do you mean? You're not going to hurt me, are you?
Tell me what's going on here and I won't have a reason to.
Jesus. But I didn't know anything about any counterfeiting.
For your sake, I hope that's true. Now tell me what's been going on.
I swear, I wouldn't normally do anything like that.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon, directly to the office. The overseer was somewhere on his rounds. Some night, it was, without a crest, armed. He called himself Sir Jezek, and he had a lackey with him called Rapota, a scruffy fellow with a yellow cape. Always whistling he was. They told me they wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery. Of course, I told him that wouldn't be possible.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me, and when I refused, they started threatening.
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery, that they'd have me thrown out and beaten for stealing.
And you had been stealing? I mean, before then?
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone and they pay me a pittance.
So they knew about you?
Yes, they knew my name, everything.
How did you hand it over to them?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath. Sometimes Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
Very well. Thank you.
Good health to you.
Do you work any copper here, Master Blacksmith?
Why'd you ask?
I'd want to commission you to make something.
Then you'd best go elsewhere. I never use copper.
Aha. What can you tell me about the Sasau blacksmiths?
Well, there's Mikesh. He's honest enough, and a fair hand at everyday things. And then there's Master Otter. He used to have talent, but now he's too old, and too proud to admit it.
So back to that...
What?
Aha.
My respects to you.
Kuttenberg is far, far away. Kuttenberg is far here. Good day to you.
Do you ever work with copper here?
No, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Zach from the Monastery Craftsman's Yard has bought out all the copper.
What can you tell me about the Sasau blacksmith?
There's too many of us, I'll tell you that for free. This is only a small town. There's Zach, who has a forge in the Craftsman's Yard and mostly works on the construction of the And then, apart from me, there's Master Armourer Otter of Ramstein.
Tell me more about Zach.
Don't have much time for him myself. He knows his craft, no question. But he seems to think his son, Vitus, will be a master armourer in Prague one.
My father was a blacksmith, and I expect he thought much the same about me. That's up.
Of course, any man should be proud of his boy. But Zach makes pride a sin. That's why he's at loggerheads with Master Otter.
Can you tell me something about Master...
Well now, there's a master to look up to. He's worked for the lords of Kunstadt and for the richest townsfolk of Prague.
If you don't mind my asking, what brings him here?
The same as draws all reasonable people. He's enjoying the peace and quiet. Or rather, he used to enjoy some peace. That dispute with...
What are Zach and Master Otter arguing about?
Zach had his boy Vitus trained as an armourer in Kuttenberg, and he wanted to buy out Otter's place for him. Except that Otter's a proud man. How would it have looked? A master armourer giving way to a young whippersnapper who's barely let go of his mother's skirts? And they've been arguing ever since. Well, Zach mostly. He badmouths Otter every chance he gets. He claims that he's only fit for mending pot.
That will be all. Thank you.
Hey!
So back to that copper, Master.
What?
That's not what I heard.
What?
I was told in town that you bought all the other blacksmith's copper.
I'm being made a fool of yet again, it seems. Anything else? I still have work to do.
So back to that...
What?
Ah. Your father says you don't work any...
We don't.
I've heard differently around town. They say your father's bought...
Are you calling me a liar? Or my father?
Just be sure you know what you're letting yourself in for.
Was that a threat?
You don't get it, do you? I don't particularly want to fight with you. I don't have the time or the need to prove anything. So I'll just take my knife and stick it between your ribs. And then I'll keep twisting until you tell me the truth.
Jesus Christ!
Maybe. So are you going to talk?
Just take it easy. You're right. We do make copper sheets here at night.
So why all the secrecy about it?
Father forbade me to talk about it. I don't know why.
Who buys those sheets from you?
I don't know. I've never set eyes on him.
Your father has some serious explaining to do.
Jesus, please.
We'll see about that. So back to that copper.
What?
Your son put it quite differently.
What's that? What are you blabbering on about?
Don't be angry with him. I didn't give him any choice.
All right. I suppose there's no point lying. We do make copy sheets here.
Why?
Pays me good money. And the people I do it for. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of them.
Did they threaten you?
They didn't have to. Just by the look of them, I could say I needed to shut my...
And did they ever tell you who they were? Do you know where to find them?
I know a little. But show some understanding. There's nothing but trouble in it for me. I'll lose the work and be left looking over my shoulder for some thugs to come and burn down my house. Or worse.
If you lie down with dogs, you shouldn't
There's no need for threats. If I tell you everything I know, you can help me with a certain small matter.
Do you know what the penalty is for counterfeiting?
I never give it much thought.
Evidently, because the penalty for counterfeiting is burning at the stake. And I can personally guarantee that when you're standing on that pyre, you'll find a loss of earnings is the least of your concerns.
No, of course you're right. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. It's just that I'm afraid of being left destitute.
So, out with it. What's been going on?
One evening I got a visit from this scruffy beggar calling himself Rapota. He had a yellow cape on and kept whistling to himself. There was a knight with him too, but he didn't give his name. They told me what I had to do, how much I'd get for it, and I had to keep my mouth shut.
And where can I find this Rapota? Or the knight?
I don't know exactly. But I've always left the wagon with the goods behind the monastery, on the hill there, next to a small chapel under a big tree.
Anything else?
No. I swear that's all...
Well, that'll do me for now.
Young man, about that matter
I'm not interested.
I hope I can...
Greetings. What business have you?
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Right.
So what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get the copper sheets from.
Really? So tell me.
It's the smith on the monastery craftsman's yard. He supplies the counterfeiters.
Do you know how he gets the goods to them?
No. All I know is that someone called Rapporteur collected the goods.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. And there's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, Master Engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And
I'll try to think of something. I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right.
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery. Not yet.
Maybe it would be worth a time.
I'll go and see.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Rapporteur, once again.
The same scoundrel.
That's all.
God be with you.
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
What are you doing here, anyway?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving, of course.
Yeah, but engraving what? And what's it used for?
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the monastery, it's mostly about decoration.
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone, which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague, or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ.
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high, or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of true...
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late. I fear he has delusions of...
I don't really know what you mean.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest. As though I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking?
Something like that.
May I ask why?
We've been friends since childhood. I wanted to...
Making friends has been a skill of his from his earliest days. Unlike making anything related to his trade, About your question, you'll find him at home, no doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you. I'll leave you to your work.
God be with you.
You look quite sprightly for an invalid.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then. All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rapito mean anything to you?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dies for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where their workshop is?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence, just accusations.
Counterfeiting is a crime against the king. I don't have to prove anything to have you dragged straight to the executioner.
And what if you're wrong? What's then? Under torture, everyone confesses, whether they did it or not. You'll never know for sure.
I already know for sure. You admitted it yourself a moment ago.
I won't tell you anything just the same. I can't, even if I wanted to.
Why not?
Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
Who is Esther?
My girl, of course. That scum took her right out of the bathhouse.
I'm sorry about that.
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But only if I know that Esther's safe.
What, so I'm to go searching for her in the woods?
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping great villains?
Very well. I'll bring back your Esther.
Really?
Yes, but then you have to tell me everything.
I will. I swear to God Almighty. Please, just...
Where are they keeping her?
In the Skalitz Hills. There are some abandoned cottages around the mines. That's where I saw her last. They took me there when I said they had to let me speak to her.
All right. I'll go then.
You're my saviour.
Don't get your hopes up. Anything.
got here? Entertainment.
To arms! Get over here! Hey, all of you, gather here! Raise the alarm!
Is that the best you can do?
Curse it!
Over here! Where is it? That's all you got? Hey, all of you, gather here! Raise the alarm!
No, now.
To arms! Get over here!
Bring it on.
Raise the alarm! Watch out!
Yo!
Over here! I'm going.
Fuck!
You're dead!
Oh dear, did
I'll
that hurt?
slaughter you!
Fuck this. Is that all you got?
Come here, little...
I'm in no mood for talk. Bastard!
you want here? I don't know you.
I'm here at the command of the royal hetman, Sir Radzig Kabila.
Radzig Kabila, the king's hetman. I see.
I'm here to place you under arrest.
I gathered as much. And you came alone. Ha! Very daring of you, I must say. What are you doing in here, youngster? Are you new here? Go outside. They'll tell you there what to do.
I am new around here, but I don't need to be told what to do. I've got a very clear idea about that.
What are you talking about? Have you brought a message from the Hungarian or something?
My name is Henry, and I'm here under orders from Sir Radzig Kabila.
I see. And I am Sir Jezek, Baron of Ronau. But I can't imagine what you would want with me. You must be in the wrong place.
I don't think so. I'm on the trail of a gang of counterfeiters. You're quite clearly in charge here, so I'd like to have a word or two with you, sir.
Of course, I'll be glad to. What is it?
Not here, sir. I'd like to ask you to accompany me to Rattay.
You mean to arrest me? Dear boy, why, you're all alone.
I got to where I am without anyone else. Doesn't seem like I need any help.
You look capable. I could use a lad like you.
I don't work with bandits.
By the way, who betrayed me?
Nobody, as it happens.
So how did you find this place?
The same way you did.
What do you mean?
I just thought about what would be the best place to hide a counterfeiting workshop in this area, and arrived at the same conclusion as you.
Great minds think alike. But I hope you don't imagine I'm just going to follow meekly after you like a lamb to the slaughter.
I don't know. Why don't you ask the men I hacked my way through to get here, if any of them are still alive?
Do you think I'm scared of you? If I give up without a fight, Kabila will hang me. If I fight back, at least I stand a chance.
True, but death will come sooner here.
Better here by the sword than swinging like a common criminal.
If you thought that the last time, you wouldn't have passed up your chance to slip out of the executioner's noose. And you might yet make terms with Sir Radzig somehow. Who knows?
Or I'll kill you and have nothing to worry about. Where are you putting that? Put it down there! Now. Kurva Peaks. You're done for, fucker. Please, please, I'm sure we can...
You can talk all you like, but not here. Let's go. Master Fayfar is very keen to meet you.
Good work, Henry.
Thank you, Master Fayfar. It wasn't easy, I can tell you.
I'll take some men and have a good look around there.
And what should I do?
You should get some rest and go to Rattay. In the meantime, Sir Radzig will have this wretch questioned. Maybe he'll get something useful out of him.
All right. I'll see you in Rattay then.
What have we got here? Entertainment, great. To arms! Get over here! You'll... Brace for arms! Watch out! I'll have you. I'll have you. Yeah. Two arms! Alan, don't put it down. Get over here!
What's the matter? Come on!
Jesus Christ! Come here, Lily Liver. Damn.
Bollocks!
Don't put it that way. Blood will be spilled.
Please.
They won't hurt you now.
However did you find me?
Florian told me where they took you.
I'm a fool. I thought he was just a dandy, God knows why. And it turns out he's a villain in league with thieves. And a coward, too.
It's not Florian's fault. He was terrified they'd do something to you. They had him...
You're right. Poor Florian.
I'd say so.
We should probably set up...
I'll go with you. I'd hate to lose you on the way.
How are you?
I found that Esther of your...
I know! Back already.
By telling me all about the going...
They found me in the tavern one evening. Caught me when I went to the ship pile. They started to badger me about working for them.
They?
Yes, Rapita. And a night they called Sir Jezek.
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me and I told them to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. I thought it was just a drunkard's joke.
Where will I find Rapita?
He's usually wherever I am.
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the bench.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work tomorrow.
Why?
Because we have to lure him out. And besides...
I have my doubts.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
At first, I took it for a bad joke. And then...
I suppose I'd better go. I'd hate the bastard to get away.
Go.
Be a bit more careful.
God, Henry, I'm glad you came.
Are you Rapita by any chance?
Pardon me? Do we know each other?
No, but I'm hoping to change that.
Well, I don't have much...
It'll only take a moment.
Oh,
I know you buy quicksilver for those counterfeiters.
it seems...
None. Now tell me where their workshop is.
Of course. That...
So?
No, I give up.
So, are you ready to talk?
I will. Just, what do you want from me?
Tell me where the workshop is.
Don't worry.
Your master won't be punishing you for betraying him. You're both... That doesn't narrow it down, but...
On the eastern side of Skullet's Hill, there's an abandoned mine gallery.
Who is your lord?
Sir Jezek of Ronoff. That's what he calls himself, although Ronoff Castle's long gone.
What happened to it?
Ronoff used to belong to Vincent, Count Lichtenberg. After his death, it fell to Margrave Jobst, and he had it pulled down. He knew full well that...
Why? Everyone knows that when a lord dies without issue, the king can confer his estate on whoever he pleases.
But Vincent had descendants. Ronoff only fell to the Margrave because he declared them all illegitimate, all because Vincent had refused to fight for him against Sir Prokop. Sir Jezek led a revolt of the vassals, but Jobst rounded them all up. Only Sir Jezek got away. Since then, he's become...
So who's Sir Jezek working for? Don't tell me he just took it into his head one day to start forging coins.
That's not for me to know. Sir Jezek was on speaking terms with various lordships.
Such as?
We were often guests at the monastery, but I slept in the hayloft.
And apart from that?
In the camp, you'd occasionally see a Hungarian nobleman, but I don't know what he was doing there, or who he...
Who are you, anyway?
Welcome, Henry.
They call me Rapota. I used to be the executioner's henchman in Brno.
And how did you come to be serving Sir Jezek?
I helped him escape from prison. If I was going to serve anyone, better Sir Jezek than the
So you saw being a brigand's henchman as a step up in the world?
I thought if things changed and he stopped marauding, he might get Ronov back and take me into his service.
Well, after this little escapade, you can forget about that. You'll be lucky if you don't end up swinging on the gallows.
It's all the same anyway now.
I think I've heard enough.
Can I ask you something?
Yes?
I don't want to hang. It's a horrible
An honourable death? No chance. It's the dungeons for you, and the sort of punishment a counterfeiter deserves. Don't worry. In time, you'll be glad of the gallows.